Come closer to the altar. Come inside. The temple welcomes all to worship, most especially you. I ask only for no talking. Not until we pay our respects to Bereth, to Rikuhu. Let us pray. Deity of life and death, the endless devourer who encompasses all existence, hear this prayer, this voice chiming. I beseech you, Kohopa and Tangaloa, digest all of my devotion. Swallow my sorrows, even the smallest swell, so I can be spit on the morrow. And Rikuhu, Bereth, my god and goddess both, the eels that churn in ceaseless cycle, the new and the next, and... All right. I will address your inquiries, best as I can. So ask. Do you even know what it takes to make it deep into the hanging sepulchres? To make it alive? I know the way, but... better. The timing's getting tighter, and there is one thing before the end. Something only one touched by Bereth can do. That's right. I've got no hope, but you do. My eels, my infinity coil keeps rattling, pendants resonating with your chime. I'd best not let this chance pass. There's a sacred text, the eulogy to Isaiah. It's been buried in the catacombs beneath the temple for centuries, next to his champions. I need it. Of course, the tombs, they only open to the dead, or those bearing Bereth's chime. I prayed for decades, night to day, and night again. Now, here you are, just in time. Means Bereth sent you to see to my success. You're my best chance, or only, maybe. Take the coil. It'll open the crypts. Bring me Isaiah's eulogy, and I'll teach you all I know of Bereth's arcana. I'll tell you what I can. He's no Juana, nor a death godlike neither, but he was a high priest of Bereth. His hair was a Diran, a hunter, chasing the undead 200 years ago. Read somewhere, one tome, he sailed to the Deadfire for a weapon, abhorrent to Bereth. Said the blade held a power most fearful. Isaiah fought hard for it, won the blade, but suffered grievous wounds. Bereth kept him alive till he could make it to the temple's catacombs. His champions were the ones who wrote his eulogy. Later, they were buried in the sepulchres too. Don't know. Did hear he was slain with a coveted blade. The S-talk was an affront to Bereth. That I did read. Isaiah wanted to guard it with his soul and his always. You've got to go outside on the lower walkway. Doors sealed up tight, though. Priests before me, all death godlikes, could open it. Door requires a coil, resonating with Bereth's chime. But I haven't met a death godlike in my time. They're from the long-forgotten time, when there was only Juana living in the mountain. They got carved in even before the temple sprung up, before there was Nekataka or a queen. They're well guarded, because not all of Bereth's dead like the rest in their graves. All right. I will address your inquiries best as I can. So ask. End of the turn. I'm nearing it. Been working hard, preparing for weeks. You know, to die. But first, I've got to leave guidance for my apprentice, the next in the cycle. Chosen to lead. Been wasting away for months. Can't say it's been easy, dying so soon. I thought about stopping a few times. Maybe you can see. I'm no death godlike. Bereth bestowed not one in my generation with a chime. Not the next, neither. A flawed messenger like me can't open the crypts. So my best chance is to die. Liturgies, instructions for ritual preparations, when and how, sermons, some histories too. All of this, it's our knowledge has gleaned through centuries of service. Now, I've got to leave it all behind for the next disciple. Under the temple, carved in the mountain's caverns, lies an extraordinary maze of catacombs. So I've read. They're the hanging sepulchres, burial place for ancient Juana chieftains. The bodies are protected by Bereth's best, roaming, always, plus the ways sealed by the deity itself. The dead, with their souls, they roam still. The ones who were chosen by Bereth. Not everyone's born so blessed. Sometimes, instead, you've got to die for it. The same. Your word, Bereth. Our word, Rikuhu. We worship the twin deal. The cyclic connection of the overworld and the underworld. Life and death. Life is Kohopa, and Tangaloa is death. Born starving, they devoured all living things, swelling larger each. When they'd swallowed all of existence, they tried to eat each other next. Now all things pass through their entrails. The end of one enters the mouth of the next, from the underworld to the overworld and back. Again and again.
You go in first!
Keep your weather eye open. Aye, aye, aye.
The season
Better run!
easy. Didn't work.
Have yourself a look at it.
Well, that could have gone better. A quick rest would help, if you don't mind. All right. I don't think I can pull that off.
Can't hide from me.
That's not very helpful.
You're mine!
Didn't work.
Careful!
Are you even trying?
I'm feeling
Got your feet, sailor.
Breathe and leak now.
See how it's me
Yeah.
too.
Ready when you are. Just say the word.
This is futile!
You're mine!
I'm here. As you wish.
Like flogging a figure.
Yes? I cannot whack him any harder!
Bulging.
Good.
Tell me. How may I help?
Little blue fuzz. Checked out. This weapon's no good to me.
Rebirth awaits me.
Fight on, Joti!
Just like that.
Lava beyond sea. try something else.
There's a walloping!
I'll not get us both!
Ready when you are.
Quick, toss me something else.
Death to our enemy! Ready when you are. Hey, this weapon's no good.
Taxed to my limit. Something I can do? Leave it to me.
Just like that.
Something I can do? What do you need? Good thinking. Something I can do? Uh-huh.
Looks like trouble.
Mo Ixi on.
Hey. Hey.
Me too.
I reap what I sow.
Better try something else.
I did not con this spell speak. Uh-huh.
Hey, watch out.
There is much to see.
Here we go.
Just like
Quick, toss me something else.
Mo Ixi on us.
Oh, that were a beaut. Another tack, Cap.
Kind of stuck over here.
Better run!
Oh, good.
Ready when you are. Ready when you are. Yeah?
Take this.
Better try something else.
Ixi on us.
I don't think so.
Just
Not a problem.
There is much to see in the light.
Already on it.
Would you suppose it is?
Could be a fight.
Ixie, Ona! That dog will look good.
That order's too tall.
Moeth, Ixie, Ona! Not sure I can.
Ready when you are.
Oh, good.
You better run! Ready when you are. Yeah? Dan? This fight is mine. Death to our enemy!
Hit me again and I'll hit you back.
There's
Just done.
and there.
Have yourself a look at that, mate.
Consider it done.
Hey. Uh-huh. Hey. Yeah? Sure.
You better run!
That was about as useful as a bump on a pickle. Moeth, Ixie, Ona!
See, that's me too, man.
Hey! I thought we were friends!
At my wheel.
Darius!
Death to our enemies!
Son of a curse!
Already on it.
Watcher. Been more than a middling life worth since my flails got bathed in bloody gore.
Long and last. It's a right fine pleasure jawing with someone who cons proper prose.
Same to you, my noble sir. 'Tis rare and seendal for a kinsman to cross my brood these undead days. What's a braw happening? But to still have a prestation to uphold. You con, aye.
Hey, that's great. Somebody else does this Ulmir's funny country talk.
Speak, then perish. Listen, you've a cause from Berith to fare here. So tell me what for the goddess would send ye, swiftly. A button your next and last breath. Aye. Stay your death, then I will. Curse her soul to nether and torture! Revan would have the foul birth, which a black pox on the oar that she whilom sought to vile ruin. I would aid any who hunt for Revan, aye. What are you seeking to learn? Revan was a Darkotsi paladin. She defied Berith, wielded a weapon nae meant for the hands of mortals. I hunted for Revan and the sword, from Valia to the Deadfire. Hinderly caught her, slew her, and took Bereth's weapon for warding. But Revan wouldn't keep dead. From sheer will and faith, she riz a monster, able to breed an army of undead. Turned Death Guard, Revan sailed with her undead army in her foulsome Fonferus. I tried to end them for good, but the battle turned against me. I tracked the ship's comings and caught a regular trail. So I sailed to meet Revan near the shadows of Tuscan Isle. Then I waited. A far fog neared despite the good winds. Revan's ship crept from the mist. The winds died off, the waters calmed, and the ghost ship routed my ambush. 'Twas a slaughter. I was mort wounded, but fled with Bereth's weapon, the Engoliero dos Spears. Came to the temple of Nekataka to be buried, but I couldn't leave the sword unwarded, so I begged Bereth for another chance to serve my cause. I refused to die. Aye, 'twas a harsh choice, but I made it. Was willing to serve my deity by becoming what I hunted in her name.
Fie, I con a thing or 12-bit dallying topside a shelter of stiff, unfailing sliver of being.
A kindred soul can be a true balm. We thank ye. The weapon cannot be allowed out in Aora. Needed to ward it for all time. But I cannot keep it from the undead if I'm not undead myself. Think you're deserving, do you? But in what way should I trust you now? I nae con any more about the ways of Kith, but a world without the gods' direction is doomed. You can wield this weapon, aye, for a time. And first you'll swear a blood oath to return it. Now your troth has been marked before Bereth, and your fate this sealed. Aye then, I'll allow it. They priests need to be keeping the sacred rites of Bereth alive. There it lies in my burial grave.
Not a problem.
Say, lass, I'd like to try prodding your forts again. Savvy?
I can tell you what I see right now. Your insides are on your outsides, and you're covered in flies. It ain't the prettiest of sights, but go ahead, if you're feeling brave.
Ah, I see. Plagued by nightmares then, lass. Skies afire, boiling seas, that sort of shit.
Sure am. Don't try to hide it, neither. Tribulations from the gods are a blessing, not a curse.
Well, I ain't one for knowing gods and prophecies, but I can be sharing with you the ancient pirate's secret for sleeping like a babe, if that be of interest to you.
Of course, I wouldn't mind a reprieve. Just for a night or a few. If you got something, tell me.
Rum. Barrels of rum. Drink it till you see free of me, and you'll be sleeping through Kraken attacks.
Coming along well, is it? It can be dangerous down there. So I read. I never went yet, but I will after I die. Had heard, but knew no. Is it true? Isair is a death god. So, under the right duress, it can be done. Yes, the fate that awaits me. Then I will walk within the catacombs beneath the temple. Finally, I'll be one of Bereth's chosen, blessed for always.
May your god have mercy on your soul.
We gotta get this fella to a brothel.
Call me Favomedic, but, why be sticking around if all the best bits and bobs fall off?
Value and worth are not the same, no. We will speak again, after my acolyte has gouged my heart from my chest. The cutting and the chance will work. You'll see. All right. I will address your inquiry. Had her, so... Under the right, yes. Finally, I'll be one of Bereth. It's too late. We will speak again, after my acolyte has gouged my heart from my chest. You'll see. Give them here. Truly, you are Bereth's champion. Yet you will not die soon. There is work ahead for you. I set these aside for you. Old keepsakes from another time. Bereth holds you close, perhaps in helping you.
Gelarde, such a solace it is to see you again. Well, share and share, as is the law of the coast. Meaning what? But at last, you were able to read his soul, despite how much time has passed. God save us from fools who battle with blind trust. A death guard? How fascinating. And terrible. I must of course presume that you've unearthed a promising lead for us. Perhaps you were able to learn about Rivan's whereabouts, of where her spectral ship oft anchors? I can summon to mind no island with such name. Likely it hides now behind another. I will charge my best chroniclers to track our isle through the centuries. I believe you're becoming an invaluable asset to the Principe, and I deeply value each of my assets. You must accept this token of my immense appreciation. Keep an ear to the sea, amico. I will contact you when I have made a significant gain into the investigation of our mysterious floating hangman.